I'm going to tell you 5 fatal mistakes that you're making inside of Warzone that will completely change the way you play the game. Whether you're a passion player or just a more casual player, I guarantee you do not know all the things that I've brought out in today's video, because some of them are big picture theory, but some no one is talking about, and you're going to learn a lot in today's video. But without further ado, let's get into fatal mistake number 1. You're using the wrong weapon inside of the gulag. And you're probably thinking, Isaac, I don't get to pick what weapon I use in the gulag, but you actually do. You spawn with a primary and a secondary, and oftentimes the secondary is statistically better than the primary. Let me show you a few examples. For one, don't use the MTZ 556. You'll notice this when you get the locked and loaded. So you spawn with 3 plates instead of 2, and you have an AR with the green laser. 1, the green laser is annoying because it gives away your position, but 2, you have the AMR 9. Look at the numbers right here, ladies and gentlemen. The AMR 9 kills 130 milliseconds faster than the MTZ, but on top of that, it has a better fire rate, which means it's more forgiving. It has better movement speed, better ADS, better sprint to fire, and already it's got the better time to kill. So do not use the MTZ, but there's more. You can even make your gun more effective just by turning on single fire. We can see here we have the Sidewinder, and this is with 250 health because the Sidewinder is a normal gulag, but it's one I get so often. But for some reason in this game, when you switch the Sidewinder to semi-auto, it does more damage. Take a look up here. The regular Sidewinder in full auto does 80 damage to the head. But when we go to the Sidewinder semi-auto, it does 120 damage to the head. Don't ask me why, but that's been a thing in the game for a while. When you switch to semi-auto, you get more damage. Now, for some reason, the semi-auto does less to the leg, so be wary of that. But take your shots across the map that are doing 120 to the head, possibly take them out, or even better, get them weak and then swap over, because oftentimes you get a Sidewinder with akimbo core 45s. And take a look at the numbers right here. With 250 HP, the core 45s are better than the Sidewinders at all ranges. Now, they are akimbos, so it's a little bit tougher to hit them at long range, but smoke off a lane, push through, maybe get them weak with one tap of a single fire Sidewinder. Then you get in their face with the core 45s and you can rapid fire, as opposed to the Sidewinder, which has that really slow So it's significantly more forgiving. It kills faster. You have more ammo and better fire rate. Do it, okay? And then 2 other ones you need to keep an eye out for. 1, you oftentimes have a striker and a shotgun. I'll start out with the striker in my hand, but if I get them weak, I'm going to chow forward with the shotgun. Or if I feel like I'm really weak and I just need to throw a shoulder and just have a Hail Mary of damage, the shotgun provides so much burst damage without exposing yourself that oftentimes I'm using it over the striker. And then, of course, finally, it's a bug that we've had in the game for a long time. When you go into the gulag and someone died before you and disconnects from the server, it will disappear the loot that they had. So oftentimes they drop plates. Plate up, because you only spawn in with 2 plates unless you're locked and loaded, that gives you 3 plates. Or, as you'll see in this clip from Joe Woe, he gets a fully kitted WSP swarm and chows down a lane against someone with a gulag gun. So be weary of what you pick up in the gulag, because just by pressing Y or switching your weapon, you can have a statistical advantage in your gulag. Now, these strategies are going to help protect you in game, but you need to protect yourself in real life with the sponsor of today's video, Nord. And they are so much more than just a VPN. Now, as someone who's active duty for over 7 years, I take personal security and information security very seriously. And while I, on a daily basis, use a VPN to protect my privacy, I also have made it mandatory for all of my editors and artists to use a password manager like NordPass. It is encrypted. It creates unique and complex passwords, so that way, God forbid, one company jeopardizes your password, all of your information security is still safe inside of NordPass. I also don't like to post personal photos on social media, but I can use something like Nord Locker to keep all of my personal photos and only give access to those who have the secure password. That's how we keep up with all the memories with my family. Now, it's important to know that the VPN, Pass, and Locker are 3 separate products, but you can bundle them together and save this holiday season by going down to the link in the pinned comment and the description. You can go to nordvpn.com/IsaacVPN and get yourself an incredible deal where you get 4 months for free by signing up for one of the 2-year bundles. You can either get just the VPN in the Pass, or VPN, Pass, and Locker, plus some cybersecurity benefits on top of it. Find out more by clicking the link down in the description, and shout out again to Nord for sponsoring today's video. Without further ado, let's get into fatal mistake number 2. Stop re-peeking the same angle. This is more important now than any time in Warzone's history, and let me explain exactly why. Now, this video may have brought back some nostalgia, because if you remember, my most viewed video of all time was 5 fatal mistakes, over 2 million views back in Verdansk. Now, we're covering some things that are current, but this is also some fundamental BR knowledge that I'm going to pass to you here. And I want you guys to let me know, do you enjoy the illustration that I'm about to show you? Because I really think it helps convey some complex topics and really helps to conceptualize it in your mind. Let me know by subscribing to this video and commenting down below if you like this style of top-down instruction, and we'll keep doing it. So the basic theory of this entire concept is it is so much easier for your opponent when you shimmy left, shimmy right, and if you keep shouldering that same angle, their aim is going to stay locked in that exact same spot. From there, all they need to do is press the right trigger or press their mouse, and then they get the shot off. So what you need to be doing is constantly be forcing your opponent to move their aim left, right, and then eventually what you can do is hard swing. Let's say you don't have a choice. The last thing that you want to do, especially since live pings are in the game and one-shot snipers are in the game, is slow peek, because all they're going to do is wait for you to peek your head out and then rip your head off. So what you need to do is use peeker's advantage to your advantage and horizontal momentum to your advantage and swing out and take that shot. Or possibly swing out, take that shot, rip some more shots at them, and keep rotating, closing in on them, and taking them out. It is one of the easiest things. I love it. Trust me, when my opponents in-game do it, I love it. I don't want you to do it. As members of the Academy, break this horrible habit and stop re-peeking the same angle. What you can do is you can peek your shoulder on one side, and then you can kill time. Peek your shoulder on the left side, and then kill time. And then they're going to think you're going to go over to the right shoulder, but then you can double back and wide swing out the left. Just don't be predictable, because it is one of the most common mistakes that a player makes, and it makes my life really easy as a YouTuber when I'm racking up kills against you. Moving on to fatal mistake number 3, stop using gun skill to replace game sense. And you're probably going to send this to your teammate because you know exactly who does this. You have the opportunity to easily pick apart this team, whether it's through map knowledge, whether it's through use of utility, whether it's through use of kill streaks. But some people like to just run in raw and just try to win a suicidal gunfight. Stop. Look at this clip in the background. I get pushed off the high ground. I have people shooting me in my back, and I slow it down. I throw a smoke grenade. I peek inside the building. I see there are 2 people looking at me. Rather than me trying to world star them on a TikTok clip, I say, I'm going to create some space. I cook a nade. I throw a nade, free knock. I see I have another nade. This guy's pushing towards me. I throw another nade, another free kill. I then start to play it up, get my bearing on the situation. Another guy pushes towards me. What do? I use my utility. Some of the lethals, especially right now, because they're probably going to get nerfed in the future, do over 200 damage. So if you go into a building that you know is contested and you haven't used all of your lethals to provide pick damage, take out proximity mines, claymores, or at the very least get a hit marker for information, you are throwing. There's no reason for you to go into those buildings in a pure gunfight in a game that frankly has very unforgiving tick rate, very unstable servers, metas that are so erratic. A lot of these gunfights don't feel fair, and more often than not, the hit registration just doesn't feel good. So get it in your favor by using utility. Keep those munitions boxes on you. And as we've mentioned in a previous video, if you have lethals in your backpack, they will automatically go onto your person. So if you throw 2 frags, 2 more will auto-equip if you have 2 in your backpack. Use the lethals. Well, let's say, Isaac, I don't have the utility. How am I going to break this building? Don't break it. Unless it's building like circle 6, circle 7, and you have to take out that building to win the game, don't do it. Rotate ahead of them, take another power position, and then guess what? Campers galore, they're gonna have to rotate out into you, and then you can hold them. You need to stop forcing yourself into these stupid fights with no information, no utility, and I'm getting heated here because I see it so much. Stop using gun skill to replace game sense. A lot of this game doesn't feel like it has a skill gap, but with Warzone and Urzikstan, the skill gap is coming back, but that doesn't mean it's all based off of movement and gunny. You got to use your brain as well. The 4th fatal mistake is improper use of cover, and this is probably the most important fatal mistake that we're going to cover today, okay? Let's say we're trying to get over to that building, and obviously the quickest way between 2 points is a straight line, right? Well, obviously, we don't want to do that. As we move through, we're going to be stuck in what we call no man's land, which is basically where we don't have any hard cover. Yeah, we might be able to hide behind some of these rocks for a little bit, but let me talk about proper use of cover and how I think when I'm rotating. So one thing, a little bonus tip for you, when I'm ever on top of rooftops or on top of bridges, or I know there's an area where I can fall safely to either side and there is a hard piece of cover between me, I almost always stand on top of it. Why? Because if I get high alerted on my right, I can just drop down, boom, onto the left, instantly safe. Or if I'm running along and I get one-shot sniped from a sniper on my left, well, now I can drop down here and self-revive before I die. But a lot of people like running inside of cover, and guess what? If I get shot at on my left now, I'm screwed. There's no cover. I can't mantle, and now I gotta jump here, jump here, jump here, and I'm dead, right? So I often like to use this as cover, but that's not the main point of fatal mistake number 4. The real point of fatal mistake number 4 is you need to always be thinking every moment, not subconsciously, actively, of your entire Warzone career. Where is your next piece of cover in the event you get shot? This is a fundamental part of playing a battle royale, okay? So what we're not gonna do is we're not gonna rotate through here and then run, and then when we get shot at right here, complain, oh, dude, I died so fast, man. No, because even if we have a UAV, even if we have portal radars, we don't want to run in a straight line. Even if we're almost positive no one is there, always be moving next to a piece of cover, okay? So as I'm trying to get to that building, I might rotate through here. Some of you might say go to the truck, but then once you get to the truck, I could prone here and pray a little bit. A lot of it's going to come with map knowledge, but I go from cover to cover, having as minimal gap between cover as I possibly can. Obviously, if you're trying to play aggressive, trying to break your kill record, you might make some changes, but then boom, weave your way inside of cover. Now, we'll go down here. I'll do a quick check. We'll jump in, see if anyone's camping inside of there. I don't want to clear it out because I want to get to that building. Okay, I might do a quick bump check to make sure no one runs in behind me. Now, I've got to realize I'm kind of putting myself in a no man's land. So I got to be ready to quickly mantle over if someone shoots me in my back, or quickly, boom, get inside of cover as well. Now, here's where things get a little bit tricky. Nice use of cover on mine.
Wow. You got Yemeni too?
Okay, so unexpected learning moment there, but I saw someone drop in, and then I also saw his teammate here on the left. So I actually shouldered a little bit to where I could still shoot the player that was dropping here. He couldn't shoot me, and as soon as I finished that drop, I chowed out, he dropped down, and then I ended up getting the kill. Nice thing to know, always thinking about where your next piece of cover is. Guy challenges here, I shoulder, I'm still able to get this kill. And then now we can think about rotations. Okay, well, if I was to rotate through here, I have all of this no man's land where I'm basically guaranteed to get killed. But sometimes it's going to happen. Let's say I'm out here and I just got stuck, gas to my back. What's the option? There's someone holding me in this building. Well, ideally, no man's land, you got to save those smokes for those moments. So while that smoke is popping, you kind of want to do some movement. You don't want to run in a straight line because that's super easy to shoot and super easy to track through the smoke. But maybe if someone's just holding you down there, instead of smoking here, smoking here, smoking here, smoke off them, and now you can rotate for free all day. So sometimes it's better to use one smoke when you're pushing inside of a building instead of smoke, smoke, smoke. I'm just going to smoke them off. And now in one smoke, I just cleared my entire cross. Well, let's say our teammate ends up getting downed in no man's land. Ideally, they're down behind a piece of cover, hard cover, we hit the res. Well, what if they're downed right here? Well, unfortunately, or fortunately, smokes last 20% shorter in the new Warzone. So by the time you finish that res, people are going to be able to see you and take you out. So what a lot of people have begun doing is they will run up, throw a smoke, throw a sky smoke, start the res, and then the next smoke starts so that way they can finish the res, play it up, and get out and still be underneath the veil of smoke. Before we get on to fatal mistake number 5, if you guys have learned something new, if you appreciate this value-based content, because I'm not just posting a gun video, I put a lot of effort into this, a lot of thought into this. I'm trying to find the things that will most impact your gameplay, and I really think there's some badass stuff in this video and future ones to come. Make sure to subscribe. I'm trying to hit 600,000 subscribers before my little boy gets here. I got a baby boy doing about, who knows? He's due January 7th, but he could come any day now. So if you want to support me, support the family, and support this content creation dream, make sure to drop a subscription and drop a like while you're at it. But without further ado, let's get on to fatal mistake number 5. You are constantly giving away your position and you don't even realize it. There's a rapid fire list of examples here, and let me show you. Okay, you guys should know by now, red dots are back on the minimap. So if you fire a weapon unsuppressed, you will show up on the minimap. Also, if you fire an airstrike, you will also show up on the minimap, even though you didn't even shoot a bullet. Also, you must be moving in order for Ghost to be active. So if you have a stealth vest or Ghost equipped, if you are not moving, as I mentioned in my 20 secret mechanics video, make sure you watch that if you haven't already, You will show up on radars even though you have Ghost or a stealth vest. Even all of that aside, let's say you're moving, you're quiet, you're stealth vested, you're shooting unsuppressed. Well, a lot of people don't realize how freaking loud they are. The loudest sounds in the game right now, outside of shooting guns, are running on top of metal, sliding anywhere. It's crazy. You can hear people slide from like a mile away, but you can't hear them sprinting right next to you. So when you slide, you make a bunch of noise. One of the loudest sounds in the game, that right there. It doesn't sound loud on your end, but dear God, everyone in the city block just heard me break that window. Another thing, busting open doors. So you don't necessarily have to creak open a door, but legitimately, the difference between opening a door and blasting it open is a significant difference in audio detection. Let's talk about some more things that are giving you away. If you have a laser, practice good laser discipline. If you're trying to hold these stairs, obviously we don't want to hold a main angle. We want to hold an off angle, which we'll talk about in a future video. And bye. Walking on metal. I'm literally talking to you guys and I was able to hear that. Okay. Good laser discipline. Don't hold your laser right here and give away your position. Hold your laser off at an angle and then quickly snap over whenever that player comes up. If you're trying to hold down a building, don't make it obvious to the entire world that you're here by keeping the doors open, keeping the windows open, and making it look like hell has been through this building. Make it look normal. Shut the doors. You can't do anything about the windows. Some people even leave crates unopened so that sound gives you a nice warm fuzzy feeling like, oh, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna loot a crate, regain. Nah, it's a trap. On top of that, stop giving away your position with smokes. So many people run up to a perfectly uncontested, quiet buy where they otherwise could stand up in the open and hit it, or they run through an open field trying to rotate and they throw a smoke, which announces to the entire theater that you are in that location, because no one throws a smoke where they're not trying to hide themselves, right? So giving a smoke oftentimes gives away your position. And then the final one, and I have so many, I can't tell you how many times as I've been going through this video, I'm writing down additional tips and tricks that may not apply directly to this, but are so valuable for future videos. So I've got so much to tell you, so much for you to learn. But the final one that I'm going to mention today is make sure you stop burning your team through live comms. I'll have people who will be like, I'm pushing him, I'm behind him, I'm flanking him. They'll be talking through prox chat, and I'll be like, oh, he's behind me? And I'll literally turn around and gun him when I otherwise had no information.
Get out of here, bro.
He says,
he's in gas. He's in gas up here. Know when he jumps? Still there? There's somebody down here. That's Iceman shooting me. No, come on, Iceman. He just shot.
I'll even have people say like, oh, he's live ping. So I'll know about, okay, I need to wait about 3-4 seconds and then change up my position because they're going to know my last location based off the live ping. Or if they live ping me, they may try to shoot me through the smoke, and I need to be aware of that. Stop giving away your team's advantage. Most consoles support Discord. Get on a Discord chat. Or you can even go in, you can go into your game chat, you can go to your audio settings and then change it to where your game voice channel is only your party or only your friends. Yes, you're going to lose the ability to talk crap in game. That's why ideally I use Discord, and then I can use like a side button on my controller to talk in game. But just for the competitive reason, it will cost you, because even if you're not giving away critical comms in a gunfight, if I'm hearing proximity chat, I instantly am on alert. I will have ran through somewhere headless, not even paying attention, and I hear prox chat and I'm locked in, and I'm just really paranoid because I know someone's probably within that 50-meter radius required for proximity chat. So stop. All of those things that I mentioned, be aware of them. They are burning your position and you're giving it away, and it is a fatal mistake. Ladies and gentlemen, I spent so much time cramming as much information into this video, and there's still so much to share. If you learned something new, and I know most of you didn't know about those gulag guns, make sure to subscribe, because this is one of many Warzone Academy videos dedicated to helping you improve. Okay, huge shout out again to NordVPN for sponsoring today's video. If you guys want to check out my 20 secrets mechanics video, that is critical knowledge for your Warzone career, make sure to check that out. That'll be linked at the very end. Huge thank you again for all the support lately. Make sure to drop a sub so we get close to 600,000, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.